Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and I'm reading Captain America Sam Wilson, issue number 19. Now, this is basically the BLM movement comic, the Black Lives Matter movement comic. Rage went in and stopped a pawn shop robbery from Speed Demon and Man Mountain Marco. No, that's not Kane Marco the Juggernaut, totally different guy. Anyway, so these vigilante cops came in, the AmeriCorps, and they're basically just a bunch of racist vigilantes. They come in and they beat the heck out of him. That was last issue. Now, this issue, what happens here is that he goes to court. Rage goes to court for a crime that he didn't commit. And you got all these different crazy things happening where there's a really overzealous prosecutor and one of those tough on crime judges. And Sam Wilson points out that tough on crime usually means when a case comes before him, he's really quick to convict. That doesn't mean tough on crime. That just means tough. That just means he wants everybody to go to jail. Rage also gets a public prosecutor. He doesn't want any of the big time money. He actually wants to be a martyr for this. And that's very cool in a way, but it's also not. It's not cool for him, but he wants everybody to see how the system actually works. Rage is a black superhero, and he's not a very popular superhero. He's a lesser superhero. He used to be on the New Warriors, but not during the time of the Civil War with the Stamford thing that happened. They try to bring up that he was kicked off of the Avengers. Yes, he was, but he was kicked off because they found out how old he actually was. He was too young to be on the Avengers. So they admired his zeal, but he was too young to actually be on the team. So Sam Wilson, the current Captain America, actually vouches for him, and a whole bunch of people vouch for him, but the prosecutor's too rough and the judge is just a butthead, and what are you going to do with a public prosecutor, right? So the last thing that Sam Wilson has to really help out with is the videotape evidence, which he'd shown everybody, which he comes out and he says, look, this perfectly clearly shows that he did not do this, and that the fake cops, these vigilantes, totally came in and they abused him, and for absolutely no reason. It was police brutality, of vigilante brutality. And the videotape was considered inadmissible because it didn't go through the proper channels. It wasn't legal. What's an illegal video camera? That doesn't make sense. Anybody's allowed to take videotape outside. So the idea is that it was thrown out because, well, the judge simply wants this guy to go to jail, and that's all there is to it. So Sam Wilson goes through his contacts and actually finds the Speed Demon, one of the two people involved in the thing. And he says, listen, man, you're going to come in and you're going to testify that you did this, okay? And that's what's going to happen. And Speed Demon says, listen, man, I'm not even playing around. I'll be happy to, but you need to understand something. It's not going to work because I've been through the court system, and I have seen many times where many innocent people go to jail. And what do you think they all have in common? Indicating that they're all black. Misty Knight comes out of the court, and guess what she says? They didn't take 10 minutes to deliberate. And of course, the guilty verdict came in. So the whole world is kind of seeing what's going on. And some little kid, I actually thought it was Miles Morales at first. It's not. Some little kid goes and sees this, paints his face up to look like Rage, throws a Molotov cocktail at, I believe it was a bank. And man, just, hey, one kid. But when you look at it, this is really what it feels like when you're in a system and nobody represents you. Nobody cares. Eventually, somebody's going to sneak through the system and just rage, literally, just like the name of the character. They're going to rage. Maybe the people in general will rage. And what would you do if you were in that kind of situation? I can't blame them. I'm not happy for it, but I mean, it's a horrible situation. Guys, a good deal of social commentary in here, and I love the social commentary issues. I know that Marvel's supposed to rein this stuff in and start calling everybody mutants again, instead of going specifically with a nationality, an ethnicity, a religion, a sexual orientation, or whatever. They're going to go back to just saying mutants, which, hey, I guess is good because it's not quite so preachy that way. So for that reason, I'm going to give this comic a B+. I really liked this comic. I was sad reading it, but it was a very good comic that gave a good idea on social commentary. Guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.